Hello, my name is HAPruitt and I am the author of Anelthalien. And in this video, I am going to talk about getting reviews for your book. Getting reviews, sometimes called endorsements for your book, is important because they help you see your work through a reader's eyes. You know, when the reader reviews it, they can tell you what they liked and what they didn't like. If they're a good reviewer, they can tell you what you could do better. And also they're important and helpful because they help you figure out what the readers want. And so that's why they're important. But another reason why they're important, a big reason why they're important, is because books with reviews sell more books. People, just think about whenever you look online to buy a product. When you look online to buy a product, you are gonna read the manufacturer's description, you're gonna read that, and you're gonna kind of skim over that. But usually, I know at least I do, and a lot of people I know do, they go straight to the reviews to know what people actually think. Because me, I wrote my best thing, you know, spend months on it to tell you what's in this book and make it sound as good as I can. And I could lie if I wanted to. I didn't, but I could if I wanted to, and any manufacturer can say, oh, this is the best product and blah blah blah. But if you go to scroll down and look at what the people have said who have bought it, who have experienced this product, you're going to actually know what it is to be someone who's not the maker of the product and what they think of it. And so you have a better idea of what you'll think of it. And that's why so many people look at the reviews, and that's why so many people value reviews. But the big kicker is not many people write reviews, especially for books. A couple statistics I found said like 1% of people who actually read a book write a review for it. 1% of people. That's not very much at all. So, how in the world do you get people to review your book? Elm Hill, the publisher I went with, Elm Hill, had a bunch of really helpful videos and tips and different things they told us about. Lots of things, but they said about getting reviews, they had this method of you make a list of 50 people just in your life. It doesn't matter if they have anything to do with reading or authoring or anything. Just make a list of 50 people. Ask those 50 people to read and write a review for your book, and either send it to you or put it up on social media. And then once they've done that, ask them also to give you 10 names of other people and their contact information, and then reach out to those 10 people. So you keep multiplying who you reach. And then once you have enough reviews, then reach out to people who are in your genre. The people who, like, if I wrote a Christian fantasy fiction book, and so I would reach out to other authors who were, you know, more well known, who wrote fantasy Christian fiction literature, and ask them to review my book. And then that would be a really prestigious review to slap on the back of your book or to have on Amazon or wherever you're going to put your reviews up, because people would know that name. And that gives your book even more credibility. If a well-known author says, this author that no one knows is really good, people will say, oh, I know that author, so if they like that author, I'll like that author too. So Elm Hill told us to build up and finally get to a place where you can get reviews from really high, prestigious people who really know what they're talking about. That is kind of difficult because when you ask people to do reviews, they don't do reviews. I have had plenty of people come up to me and tell me, I love your book, oh my goodness, I couldn't stop reading it, it was just fantastic, it was wonderful. But then I was like, oh great, you know, write a review. No, they just don't. And so I asked my husband, because my husband, who loves me dearly, it took him like months to write a review. And I asked him, why is it so hard for people to write a review for a book that they like, and for somebody they care about, even like my husband, the person closest to me? It took him months to write a review. And he said, it's because if it's not your priority, you just put it off, and it's not important. He's my husband. I'm a priority to him, but this book was not his top priority, and so he just put it off and put it off and put it off. And especially someone who's not your mom or your dad or something like that, really, really close to you, they're just not going to think about it like you think about it. I know all day long I'm like, I gotta ask this person to do their review. I gotta ask this person. I gotta ask this person. I think about it all day long. Other people, they're just not thinking about it. And so that's one reason, because it's just not a priority to people. And so to get around that reason, my advice that I have found is just ask. Ask people, ask people, ask people. Ask often, because they're not thinking about it. And might have been a little bit of a nag, but I had to ask and ask and ask and ask and ask my husband until one day he's like, okay, I'll do it just because you keep asking me, so you'll quit. You have to keep asking people, and hopefully you can find a way to not nag people. Just every now and then on my social media, I'll be like, hey, if you want to review Anelthalien, if you've read Anelthalien, please review it. Not too much, but enough that people are like, oh yeah, I should do that for this person. And they hopefully will review it. So you've got to ask, and you've got to keep asking, because if you don't keep asking, people will forget. I also asked my husband, are there any other reasons why reviewing a book is just like pulling teeth? People just don't want to do it. And he said it's because people get an expectation in their mind. When you're an author and you say, will you review my book? Will you write this endorsement for my book? People are like, oh, and they get this idea of you have to write this really eloquent, long, just beautiful thing that matches the language and the grammar and everything in your book. Because if you write anything for an author, if you write anything for like a grammar teacher, they're going to like pick it apart, right? I'm like, and I looked at it, I'm like, no, like if people just, I asked people to review my book and they were like, it was good, I liked it, I would be thrilled. I would be absolutely thrilled. And so make sure people know that. Communicate clearly that you don't care what they write. You just care that they say anything about it. I saw one review. I was looking through book reviews earlier today because I'm an author. We're like, oh, I need reviews. I was looking at somebody else's reviews. And somebody had just put 10/10, 10 out of 10. And I was like, I wish someone would write that review. It was short. It was sweet, it was beautiful, but I mean, like, anybody could write 10/10 for a review. You don't have to be a beautiful artist with words to write 10/10, or it was good, I liked it a lot. You know, when authors ask for reviews, they would be thrilled to death if you would write all the things you loved about it and why other people should read it. But if all you have to say is, I liked it, it was really good, I want to read the next one, or something like that, they're going to be thrilled to death. Even if you just give them a thumbs up and I would recommend it, they would be thrilled to death. So if you're an author, clearly communicate that when you ask for a review from just normal readers, you're not asking for anything beautiful. You're just asking for their opinion. And that's wonderful, whatever they have to give you. Even if it is an honest opinion that it was like, well, it was good here, but not so good here. Tell them that you don't care what it is, you just want their opinion where other people can see it. And so those are the two reasons why people don't, and those are the two ways to kind of help people feel more comfortable giving reviews, to ask them and to make it clear that you don't need anything fancy, you just want their opinion. Some other advice about how to get reviews. Again, ask everyone, ask often, ask everywhere. There's any social media, you know. I read one guy, he like put it in the back of his book. I wouldn't have even thought about this, but he put it in the back of his book. So once people get done reading, the last page they see is, now please go review my book on Amazon. So, you know, other people can see what you think of it. And so put it everywhere. Put it in the back of your book if you feel like it. Put it, you know, when you send it or give it to people, stick a little note in there, please review my book. Put it up on your social media often. Put it up everywhere. Tell people often. Just keep asking. The biggest hurdle for me is to ask it all. I get so anxious about asking people to do anything for me because I feel like I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to, you know, impede on their precious comfort and sanity. So let go of that. Know that this is your job to market your book, and part of marketing it is just getting people to say what they think about it and let other people know. because it comes back to people will hear what you say as an author. Like, I love my book. My book is the best book in the world. And I genuinely believe that. But I genuinely believe that because that's my book. And other people know that. So they want to hear what other people think about your book. And so you've got to get other people talking about your book. Because then other people, other than the people who do your reviews, are going to believe those people. So you've got to keep asking. You've got to keep asking. You've got to keep asking. And ask different people. Ask people who could have a different reach than you. I could ask all my friends to review my book, and then that would just be my circle of friends telling all one another about my book. But if I ask another author in like the West Coast to review my book, I don't live in the West Coast. If you can't tell by my not West Coast accent, I don't know. Have someone review on the West Coast, have someone review it on the East Coast, have someone review it in the middle of the states. So you can kind of spread your influence around and get people talking all over the place. Not just in America. I live in America, and so that's my place of thinking. But like in Canada and in South America, on Instagram, there's tons of bookstagrammers all over the world. I sent it to somebody in the Netherlands, and they said that it was so enjoyable. See, she just said it was so enjoyable, and that makes me smile so much. So, ask everywhere, ask anyone, ask everyone, and try to spread your influence out. Don't just stick to who you know and who you feel comfortable with. That's hard, but spread your influence out and just keep asking everyone. And so that is my advice of how to help people review your book and why it is important to get reviews for your book. So go start getting reviews for your book, even if it's just in the writing stage. Have people read the manuscript, because then you can put it on the back, their reviews, whenever you do publish your book. I didn't get any before I published my book, so I don't have any on the back, but it would be really cool to have those on the back there. So start doing your reviews right now. See you next time. Oh, and like go buy Anelthalien and read it. And review it, please, please.
Hi, if you want to know more about Anelthalien, please follow me on Instagram, check out my Facebook page, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, or visit my website at HAPruitt.com. Thanks for watching.